in a previous lesson, I made a statement. And I said something to the effect of, don't get involved in that black stuff, or something like that. And I'm not taking that back, but what I want to do is even it out and say also, don't get involved in that Arab stuff, and don't get involved in that white stuff, and don't get involved in anything except the religion. And you do whatever you do, fi sabilillahi tabaraka wa ta'ala. What we do, we should be doing it for the sake of Allah. I am fi sabilillah, insha'Allah, in the way of Allah. I'm not in something else. I'm not fi sabili sud, in the way of the blacks, and I'm not fi sabili al-Arab, in the way of the Arabs, and I'm not fi sabili anybody, but fi sabilillahi tabaraka wa ta'ala. At least that's what I should be. Whatever you do, make your intention that you're doing it for the sake of Allah. If you wanted to do, for example, a community center, don't say, I want to do a community center for the black children. Say, I want to do a community center for the sake of Allah, for promoting the religion of Allah, for spreading the da'wah. That's one thing, and that's another thing. Even if everybody who comes to your center is black, even if you deal with black people the way black people deal with each other, and you might be black too, etc. All of that is just a means to get to an end, which is to spread the religion of Allah. Whether they were black or they were white or they were anything else. If you want to collect charity for the Muslims, then say this is charity for the Muslims. Don't say it's charity for the Arabs. Say it's charity for the Muslims. And like that. All of us, I ask Allah to make us fi sabilillah, in the way of Allah Ta'ala. And also, don't be worried about if somebody's a racist or somebody's not a racist. What about your own faults? You worried about somebody else's fault. What about your own faults? That one's a racist, but maybe you're a liar. That one's a racist, but maybe you eat haram meat. Which one is worse? So who cares if he's a racist? Who cares? Make dua for him, give him advice, and keep it pushing, and that's it. What about yourself? Worry about yourself. I mean, your own shortcomings. Worry about your own shortcomings. And what if somebody was a racist? If he has correct knowledge, learn from him if he's going to teach you properly. Who cares if he likes you or he don't like you? Who cares? There have been scholars who taught people that they don't like their students. Someone is among their students, they don't like him. But they're not going to teach him wrong just because they don't like him, because they are devoted to the religion. And there have been students who took knowledge from teachers that they don't like them, actually, because they knew that this one, even though I don't like him, he teaches the religion properly. And like that. It's all about for the sake of Allah. Tabaraka wa ta'ala. Don't be worried about if somebody's a racist. Everybody's worried about if somebody's a racist. Don't be so concerned about whether the other person is a racist. Everyone is concerned. Is he a racist? Is he a racist? Is he a racist? In the meantime, our children are more and more accustomed to the fact that that other one's a homosexual. You want to make it so deep in his heart that, oh, this guy's a racist, he's the scum of the earth, but the homosexual, it's okay. And just he does what he does. If you had the choice between being in a cell with this one or that one, which one are you going to choose? Black Christians and civil rights, they have been plagued by something that they know very well. People who are called race hustlers. Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, race hustlers. Really, they're out for the fame, they're out for the attention, they're out for the money. Some of those people, when they got what they were fighting for, they wish they went back to the old days because they're bored now. So we Muslims, we don't need any of that. Think twice. That's a trick of the devil, that racism. What did the devil say? He said, Ana khayrun min. I am better than he is. I'm better than Adam. خلقتني من نار وخلقته من طين. You created me from fire and you created him from clay, oh Allah. He was a racist. He was a bigot. So don't fall into that. For the non-Muslims, the devil wants to put the black against the white. For us, he wants to put the black against the Arab. Don't fall for it. Even if that Arab was a racist, even if he was. Which, mind yourself before you accuse somebody. But even if he was, so what? What are you? What's your major sins or minor sins? We learned about the obligations of the heart and the sins of the heart. And we learned in religion that sometimes something would be in a person's heart and he has to fight himself. And as long as he's fighting himself, he's doing what he's supposed to do. So don't worry so much if a person is a racist. Are you worried if he's a show-off? Does he have riyah in his heart? Are you worried about that all day and night and talking about it? Is he insincere or is he sincere? If a person has a sickness of his heart, advise him, make dua for him. And remember that you have probably sicknesses of your heart too. You just have a different one. Each one of us, we have our strengths and we have our weaknesses. So while for one person, he can't avoid the haram meat. He couldn't help himself. That's Allah made him weak in that. So he'll eat from McDonald's, he'll eat from anywhere, he'll eat from any stand, anyone who offer him food, he'll eat it. That's a problem. He needs to work on it. Another one, he might be a thief. Another one, he might be a liar. Another one, he might be drinking alcohol. This one, maybe he's a racist. Maybe he is. Maybe he's not. And I have encountered what I would consider black racists against white and Arabs, and I don't hear anybody talking about those. So let's be honest. Let's be fair. A lot of those old heads, older than me, are racists, prejudiced brothers, Muslims though, and they're quick to talk about a white man, they're quick to talk about an Arab man. So put that on the back burner, barakallahu fikum. And don't fight against who is spreading the religion. Even if he was a racist, don't fight against him. Don't talk about him and don't disturb the da'wah. Barakallahu fikum.